And this is the entrance to Blowing Rock. Besides having one of the most beautiful scenic views of all time, it is, let me see if my kickstand's going to come down far enough. Yeah. Besides being a beautiful overlook here at Blowing Rock, and this is a big attraction here. This is a beautiful building. Remember, this is the one where the snow goes up. When snow falls down everywhere in the world, right? Here, snow goes up sometime, and we'll see why that is. Because you got a valley and all these mountains, and I think the way the wind hits, it blows the snow back up. It's supposed to be the only place in the world that does that. So that's interesting. We'll check it out. Okay, this is the entrance to Blowing Rock. Really, really pretty building. I love this rock facing and stuff. And we're on top of a hill. Beautiful plants. Okay guys, as we are walking out the entrance here, we see a sign that tells us that there's a walking path underneath this deck that goes across too. You walk out on this observation deck here, we'll begin to see some of the beauty of Blowing Rock. Okay, from the overlook right here, we have this beautiful view. Today's a pretty day, and this you can see a really long ways. You got that UV haze there. You can see kind of what we call the smoke of the Smoky Mountains. And you got some beautiful houses here. Let's see if you can magnify that. I can't see my screen hardly, but there's a house right there. Huge house. Can only imagine. And then we got a beautiful house up here on the hill. That is awesome. Hate to cut that grass though. There's so much to see. And we'll go around this walkway. And see, even this time of year in the mountains, they have beautiful flowers and stuff like that. Yeah, and this part of the mountain that juts out this rock formation, there's a couple of those. That's what it's really well known for too. Climb at your own risk, it says. There's a myth, a legend here too. You see this. It's the Indian woman and the story of the Indian maiden. Let's see if we can, the legend of the Blowing Rock. Everything's got to have a legend to it. You can just kind of like freeze that frame there. And hopefully this is in view pretty good. You can freeze this frame right here and read this story of what happened with the Chickasaw, one of them love stories. It's a really interesting story though. You can get an idea. You can see so far. And one thing about video cameras, they just don't do it justice from the human eye perspective. Now this guy up here in the center of the screen, that big beautiful house, imagine being able to look out your window, and when you look out your window you see this sea, ocean of Beautiful mountains. Isn't that incredible to have a place like that? And so you can climb up to the top of these mountain tips right here and look over there. Lord knows you don't want to fall. And here's one of those part of the rocks you can climb up on top of. If you fall off that, that's going to be the end if you fall on the other side. Pretty easy to climb up here. Going down might be a little different. We always have such pretty flowers and things growing here too. And that's one thing that amazes me in the mountains. It seems like maybe difficult to keep these things going, but they put a lot of work into them. This is pretty.
Micah, don't move. Don't get close to the edge.
You see how the rock structure out here, almost like a barrier, almost like dikes in a way.
Good job, Jack.
Go around right there.
Do not cross the railings. Right here is one of the main overlooks that you come up onto the top here, and you can, this juts out in a really nice way. So you can really see things in a better perspective. Isn't that pretty? And kind of to our far left, you see this mountain way back there. Wow. Hard to tell which one of these mountaintops are which, but I think, I'm guessing, that this is Grandfather Mountain straight ahead. I think maybe the way it looks. I just came from there, and that's about 20 miles away. But from this overlook, it's really pretty. And the leaves haven't really started changing a lot right here yet, but for too long. This is looking level straight out. You feel like you're up in the trees like a bird. And then you got all this depth right here, and it's a long drop. If you look at that long, you can kind of see how the mountains meander through like a river, almost like how the valley part of it is. See, like right here, I can't even see my screen, but there's a road right there. I think it may be in focus. And you can see the road here going through there. But look at those mountain peaks and tops, just amazing. And way in the back, I don't know if we can, there's a tower. That tower reminds me of on Blue Ridge close to Mount Mitchell, which is the highest mountain. But I don't know. Very beautiful. Now, one of the things I was telling you about, when you look at this beautiful view right here, Blowing Rock has a lot of history with it, and they say that the snow is that this is the only place in the world in which the snow blows upward. And maybe that has something to do with the wind coming out here and blowing up this way against this part of the mountain. I think it was in Ripley's Believe It or Not too, where the snow blew upward instead of downward. But it, you know, would only be parts of it, I guess, where the wind's blowing it against the mountains. And there's that story about the Indian princess and her boyfriend, and that's a story you have to read. Nice little waterfall here. A pretty view here at the top of the rock here. Incredible overlook for sure. I'll try to look at this through the polarized. I think you can see a lot better with the polarized lens off my sunglasses. You see the far horizon, I think, a lot better. This is really pretty. Like that. Oh, I like these right here too. Okay guys, we're going to be leaving Blowing Rock. I got some film footage. Beautiful place to see. Go through these little twisty